It's midday. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Citi Prime News. We're coming to you live from our studios at number 11, Dr. Martin Loop in Adabraka, Accra. My name is Ajuatin Krama Domina. Coming up, North Tongue Member of Parliament Samuel Okujeswa Blakwa to petition Office of the Special Prosecutor over an alleged ambulance spare parts contract that caused Ghana 643 million cedis financial loss.
I will be formally petitioning the Office of the Special Prosecutor to look into this scandalous transaction and to at least stop further payment.
Also coming up, mobile network consumers express frustration over high data and voice charges as CATS International demand a reversal of the National Communications Authority's decision to classify MTN as a significant market power.
Amount of data that one has to buy to complete an online course that even the people offering these knowledges are even providing it for you for free.
Still in the bulletin, members of parliament call for scrapping of some taxes ahead of the mid-year budget presentation tomorrow.
I'm expecting government, as he promised, to cancel some taxes. The COVID border tax should go. The e-levy he promised, he should do it.
And later, after more than 5 weeks of strike by the Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana, students in some colleges of education have begun leaving the various campuses as they express uncertainty on their fate.
There's nothing ongoing on campus. There are a lot of works at house that we need to do. So we are going back to the house so that we'll go and continue doing small until the strike is over. We'll come back.
Stay with us for details of these and more stories coming your way in the next 30 minutes. Remember, the bulletin is live around the globe on citinewsroom.com, on YouTube and on Facebook. Find us on Citi 97.3 FM. Across the country, we are live on a number of affiliates. If you're in the Western region, this is Premier 100.5 FM in Takrade, Beach 105.5 FM also in Takrade. In the Bono region, Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyang. In the Ashanti region, this is Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi. Volta region, Holy 98.5 FM in Aplawo. In the Northern region, Dasuma 99.1 FM in Yendi. If you're in the Upper East region, you're tuned into Word 88.3 FM in Zuarungu. And in the Upper West region, this is Boogly Radio 88.6 FM in Wa.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
We're grateful for your company this afternoon. Let's begin from the camp of the North Tongue Member of Parliament, Samuel Okujeswa Blakwa, who says he will petition the Office of the Special Prosecutor to conduct criminal investigations into an alleged bloated ambulance spare parts deal worth $34.9 million. This is the latest of the legislators' allegations suggesting a scheme between former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta and former Health Minister Kweku Agyeman-Manu and a private entity, Service Ghana Auto Group Limited. Now, in addition to the alleged bloated contract, Samuel Okujeswa Blakwa further suggests that the contract awarded to Service Auto Group Limited was not subjected to due procurement process as the company was handpicked for the deal. Speaking to Citi News, Mr. Blakwa says the deal has caused financial loss of about 653 million cedis to the state, which calls for investigations.
A company that operated for 8 months without registration, a company that uses staff of the National Ambulance Service. So this is a company, the so-called Service Ghana Auto Company Limited. They should have been blacklisted if you read the Auditor General's report. So how come the Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta, conspiring with the Honorable Agyeman-Manu, the former Health Minister, will, after paying 115 million Ghana cedis to this company between 2020 and 2023, where there has been no value for money, you decide to give them another contract valued at $34.9 million. This is a total rip-off, and I can confirm to you that I will be formally petitioning the Office of the Special Prosecutor to look into this scandalous transaction and to at least stop further payment. So far, $10 million has been released on the instruction of Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta, which was released on the 23rd of February this year. It is left with $24.9 million to be released. I intend to do everything within my parliamentary oversight capacity as mandated under the 1992 Constitution to stop this transaction so that the remaining $24.9 million is not paid.
You heard the Member of Parliament for North Tongue, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa. Now, the Finance Minister, Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam, is scheduled to present the 2024 mid-year budget review to Parliament tomorrow. The presentation aims to update the House on the implementation of the government's 2024 budget. Ahead of this presentation, some members of Parliament have shared their suggestions. Samson Tagumbu Chirajia, MP for Navrongo Central, believes the government should consider scrapping taxes like the e-levy and the COVID-19 levy. On the other hand, Paul Chumberima, the Member of Parliament for Doma East, suggests that the COVID levy should be used to support small and medium enterprises affected by the COVID-19 pandemic.
I'm expecting Government, as he promised, to cancel some taxes. The COVID dollar tax should go. The e-levy he promised, he should do it. The inflation is going up. Food prices are going up. People cannot survive. The dollar is going up. He should tell us what they are doing today to stabilize the SD.
We have had an IMF release of about 300 or something million.
What is the money? The last time I said it somewhere that those are for the optics. That they say that. Where's the money? All the money they say, as we are talking today, the pound is almost 21 cedis per 1 pound. The dollar is going to 16. So I'm expecting the finance minister tomorrow to tell the House and all Ghanaians what they are doing to stabilize the CD and to stabilize inflation.
You know, we are not out of COVID. You know, there are new variants of COVID as we go about. I don't know if you've not experienced it. But clearly, the post-COVID challenges are more than even the COVID issues itself. Because if you look at the post-COVID issues, as we speak, you know, there are a lot of hospitality companies that are down. And there are a lot of smaller businesses that are also not working due to COVID issues. So I am confident that we keeping the COVID levy. It should be channeled to those programs supporting smaller businesses or these hospitality companies. I expect the finance minister to tell us more about the COVID expenditure, and I think they should start channeling into supporting of SMEs and hospitality companies that have suffered heavily from this COVID issues.
Those were some members of Parliament on their expectations ahead of the 2024 mid-year budget review tomorrow. Now, the National Communications Authority, the NCA, has justified its decision to classify MTN as a significant market power SMP. The NCA has come under renewed criticisms as users took to social media to vent the increasing cost of data in the country, blaming the classification for the development. The classification of MTN as an SMP bars the telecommunication giant from lowering its prices below an agreed threshold in order to uphold fair competition. Now, the NCA argues that the cost of data in Ghana remains among the lowest in Africa, but users have strongly condemned the pricing regime. Here are some of them venting their frustrations on the City Breakfast Show earlier today.
Nowadays, you're even scared to download things. Personally, I use data for online studies, and this amount of data that one has to buy to complete an online course, that even the people offering these knowledges are even providing it for you for free. Just to get data to go through this online study is a big challenge for some of us.
Some of us have been on the internet since 2007, 2008. We are conversant with our data usage and how it runs. So obviously, even if or when we cannot put, a number to how it is going, we feel it when it goes. And they should give us a clear and transparent rate of use. That is the only way.
Today, you buy data and it just vanishes like someone just blew it away. And we are aware there has been price changes. But what is happening, it's not funny. It's not funny at all.
You have some mobile network users lamenting about the high data charges. Meanwhile, West African Regional Director of CATS International, Apia Kusia Dumako, has called on the NCA to pursue the interests of consumers by revisiting its decision to make MTN an SMP.
Data prices in Ghana is on the higher side. And I've been saying that in Ghana, it appears we spend more money on data than even food. And this is opposite in most jurisdictions that you go. And the NCA declaration of MTN as a significant market player has also resulted in this way, in the sense that MTN has to price higher, and then the other players like Airtel, Tigo, AT, and then Telecel will also move in tandem. And for me, I think that we need to revisit the thing again. Last week, for example, I had a 7 GB data on my phone. I stepped out within 30 minutes, all the data had left my phone. I didn't do any streaming, and I don't know whether NCA can start monitoring some of these complaints.
Apia Kusiadumako is West African Regional Director of CATS International, but let's stay a while longer on him and on consumer protection, because he believes the Ghanaian market has become a dump site for inferior goods as a result of the absence of a consumer protection law. Speaking on the City Breakfast Show, Mr. Kusiadumako lamented the undue delay in the passage of the draft LI, which when passed will empower consumers to demand better. He blames the Ministry of Trade and Industry for the delay, which has persisted for close to 2 decades.
We do not have a consumer protection law in Ghana. The draft has been there since 2006, almost 18 years now, and unfortunately the Ministry of Trade has not been able to see to it being passed, and that is something that stabs the consumers on the back. Last year, when Honorable Jinapo was at the Trade Ministry for a short time, there was an attempt to fast-track the process, but it got to Cabinet, and then it was turned back to the ministry, and the ministry has not done anything with regards to that. And I blame the Ministry of Trade. 18 years in getting this bill passed is unacceptable. It takes Boeing about 8 years to design a commercial aircraft, get certification, and start selling. On average, 8 years. And if it has taken us 18 years to get this bill, and we have not seen any traction on it, then it's unacceptable. It's time that we have consumer protection law in our country. When you go to most shops to buy something, they say that the goods sold here are not returnable. And because of that, Ghana has become a junkyard of inferior goods.
Meanwhile, on the government's attempts to regulate the price of cement, Mr. Apia Kusiadumako says this is not grounded in law. Now, the Minister for Trade and Industry, Katie Hammond, has been at odds with cement manufacturers in his attempt to pass the LI to regulate cement prices. Speaking again on the City Breakfast Show, West African Regional Director of CATS International, Mr. Kusiadumako, called on the Chamber of Cement Manufacturers to seek legal redress.
Cement pricing is more of economic issue than standard matter. And even when you look at the LI, I think it's not rooted in law because GSA, the LI is on the background of the GSA Act 1078. And there's nowhere in the Act that gives them the mandate to regulate price. And I think if the Chamber of Cement Manufacturers, they can go to Supreme Court and also make a sound argument before the court, and the court could really throw away the LI once it is passed.
You have the West African Regional Director of CATS International, Apia Kusiadumako. You're listening to the Citi Prime News. When we return, students in some colleges of education begin leaving the various campuses following more than 5 weeks of strike by CTAC. We'll bring you details of this and other stories shortly. Please stay with us.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Channel 1 TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on Channel 363. On GoTV, we're on Channel 117. And on HD+, get us on Channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search. But take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Channel 1 TV. Channel 1 TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box, like the DSTV and HD+ boxes. Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
The
Entries have been received and the marking has begun. Who makes it to the next round of the Literacy Challenge 2024? Randomly selected entries will be read on 97.3 Citi FM on Brunch in the City and the Traffic Avenue and on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. Stay tuned to 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV to find out who makes it to Level 2 of the Literacy Challenge. Level 2, Aptitude Test. The top 50 contestants from across Ghana to make it to the next round shall take part in a written aptitude test on Saturday, 27th July 2024 at 12 p.m. at the Accra Digital Center. Grand finale. The top 10 contestants chosen from Level 2 shall compete for the grand prize of 10,000 Ghana cedis in a classic quiz competition on Saturday, 17th August 2024. The Literacy Challenge 2024 is powered by Citi FM, supported by Channel 1 TV, and is sponsored by Ghana National Gas Company, Alive Soap. Feel fresh, feel alive. From the House of Wilmer Africa Limited, Fortune Spread for Bread, yummy, delicious, always on point. Another quality product from Wilmer Africa Limited. Ruby Biscuits by M4 Foods and Prospectus Ghana Limited.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. Let's bring you some other stories this afternoon. Jurors in Accra are questioning assurances from Chief Justice Gertrude Tokono regarding the payment of the allowances. The jurors have been on strike for nearly 2 months, causing delays in several criminal cases in the court. Now, they clarified that their decision to strike is due to the non-payment of their February 2023 allowance, along with outstanding payments from July 2023 to May 2024, totaling 10 months of arrears. Speaking to Citi News on condition of anonymity, one of the jurors said they have received information suggesting that funds are being released.
We are still on strike, and they know. We understand that the money has been released. I don't know what is preventing them from giving the money to us. So we are only waiting. When they give us the money, then we come back. The CJ spoke to us about a month or almost 2 months now ago. And she says she's working furiously on the money, but there's nothing to show for it. We don't really know why they are doing this. These politicians can never be trusted, and they cannot even tell you the truth. From an inside, we understand funds are being released for this regard per the rules. Every month or before the month ends, we are supposed to be giving our money. We are not requesting for any increment. They know everything. That is the reason why they are quiet on the issue. Legally, they are stupid. We don't have to be chasing over legal issues. This is no normal organization that you need to be going on strike. People are still in the prisons, and there are time frames for their cases to be heard. So I don't know why they are doing this. So we are still waiting. When they give us the money, we'll come to work.
That was a member of the jurors in Accra. Now, the Institute of Energy Security, IES, has questioned the mandate of the National Petroleum Authority, the NPA, in overseeing the export of petroleum products from Ghana to other countries. The National Petroleum Authority announced the addition of Senegal and the Gambia to the country's Ghana exports petroleum products too. This increases the number of countries receiving crude supply from Ghana to 7. Now, despite the positive outlook of the export for Ghana's GDP, research and policy analyst with the IES, Derek Emmanuel Hatche, called for more clarification, arguing that signing petroleum export agreement is outside the mandate of the NPA.
How does the NPA, because I'm just reading to you the NPA Act of 2005 at 691. I don't see anywhere the NPA does or directly involves in the trading of petroleum products. Who is it signing it on behalf of? Because they don't trade petroleum products. So who is the one trading that petroleum product? So I'll need to be more clear on that. That is why I keep stressing on it that if it is the NPA, the NPA acts as a regulator, but the NPA do not sign this petroleum agreement. That is my call. Ghanaians or any stakeholder will need more clarification on this because we all know that the proper mandate of the NPA, according to the NPA Act 205 Act 691, is to regulate the petroleum downstream industry. and to ensure that the industry is more efficient, profitable, and fair, and then ensure that consumers also receive a value for money. And so basically, you want to find out that is that the right mandate, or if they say they are regulating, and so the BDCs did it and they are ensuring an oversight responsibility, that is also another thing. But to say they signed, I don't know which tank farms or where the NPA does the importation of petroleum products or exportation, where it can directly sign with neighboring countries.
Well, Derek Hatcher also believes that Ghana has now become a transit point for petroleum products, which calls for more investment in the country's refinery capacity, especially at the Tema Oil refinery.
If you are able to refine our petroleum products in here, we are only exporting to these neighboring countries directly. But in this case, we are more or less importing and re-export to them. And so it's like the BDCs more or less take their petroleum products from other countries. Then they also transport it to or transmit it to these other neighboring countries. So now Ghana becomes like a transient point of it. You get the point. Those in the neighboring countries are able to buy it in vessels and other things. But what I'm talking about is that assuming Tema refinery is refining at that capacity of 90,000 barrels per day, definitely that is a huge amount. Assuming it's even expanded to even go to like 150,000 barrels per day. What it means is that the neighboring countries, those our neighboring countries, are ready for an uptake. That any time that we're able to refine these petroleum products, they are ready for that market. And so that is the opportunity that we have, that we are not taking much advantage of it. And so for Tema refinery to continue to be ideal, that is not a good news for us. This should be a wake-up call for us, because our neighboring countries are in higher demand for these petroleum products.
You had a research and policy analyst with the Institute for Energy Security, Derek Hatcher. Now, countries in the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, have enhanced collaborations to ensure affordable tariffs within the electricity sector. The states, through the ECOWAS Regional Electricity Regulatory Authority, are expected to adopt a policy document that will streamline the technical, financial, and legal frameworks towards achieving this purpose. Now, after commencement of a two-day conference to adopt the agenda, Chairman of the Consultative Committee of the Authority, Koku Tosu, said the document is integral to increasing cross-border electricity trade.
We are here to launch the 23rd meeting of the Committee of Operator and Regulator for the electricity sector in West Africa. This committee supports all the decisions who need to be taken by the Regulatory Council of ERERA. Before we approve any decision, we make sure that this committee are aware about that. They do all the study and all the recommendation to the document before sending it to ERERA to be adopted. And as you can see, the representative is from all the member countries of the ECOWAS area. Today we are going to approve a major document. The document is called a grid code. It will be guide all the necessary technical and financial and also legal framework to parts of the electricity market.
You heard Koku Tosu. He is chairman of the Consultative Committee of the ECOWAS Regional Electricity Regulatory Authority. Meanwhile, Executive Secretary of the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission, PURC, Dr. Ishmael Aka, has rejected claims that the electricity sector is overly regulated in Ghana.
When you come to the sector, we are looking at about two main things, or three things. We have consumers on one hand, we have the producers. There's also the need to introduce private capital into the sector, since government cannot do it all. Power generation also has what we call externalities, so there may be environmental concerns and other things. Due to all these three reasons, there should be a regulator that sits between the utilities, the customer, that gives confidence to investors that when you invest your money, you get your returns. And that is also able to deal with the issue of externalities, environmental concerns, pollution, and others.
You heard the Executive Secretary of the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission, Dr. Ishmael Aka. Now, students of the Bimbela College of Education have started leaving the school due to the unending strike by the Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana, CTAG. The strike has left students stranded across campuses nationwide. Students at Bimbiko told Citi News they have nothing to do on campus and have run out of money. Mohammed Aminu M. Alabira, our Northern Regional Correspondent, reports.
Strike by the Colleges of Education Teachers Association is now in its third week, with students being the most affected. Since the strike began, students have remained on campus hoping it will end soon, but this hasn't happened. Last week, the Labour Commission sought a court injunction to end the strike, but the lecturers defied the order. The meeting on the July 18th aimed to resolve the issue, but it ended without a conclusion. Consequently, students at the EP College of Education in Bimbila in the Northern Region have started leaving the campus. They are uncertain when the strike will end and prefer to return home to attend to other matters.
Yeah, once they are going, I also join them. Yeah, because being here is like we are doing nothing. Okay. Because no lectures is going and no handouts for us to learn on our own. Okay. If I'm just to eat and sleep, bath. The teachers are on strike. Like there's nothing ongoing on campus. So and there are a lot of works at house like that we need to do. So we are going back to the house so that we'll go and continue doing small until the strike is over. We'll come back.
In fact, we are suffering. All the students are gone except those who are from far away. And we are waiting. We don't want to go and they will tell us to come back again for our exams. That's why we are all here. So in fact, we are suffering here, but they should do something. If they will not come again, they should tell us to go home. Thank you.
Students remaining on campus, primarily those from distant areas, told Channel 1 News that due to transportation costs, they cannot leave immediately. However, they insist that if the situation persists, they will have no choice but to leave.
Our place is far. I'm from South in Crimson, so it's very far. In and out, 450 Ghana. Okay. So if I said I'm going, and no matter what, I know the exams they will let us write. So it's just a matter of just manage things and see what will happen.
Everybody, as you can see, everybody is gone. You're left with those of us who are from far places, and we can't go because we don't know what will happen when we get to the house. Okay. So we are pleading on the government to call back the teachers into the classrooms.
Final year students who are supposed to graduate in September fear the academic calendar will be affected. Some of these students blame the media for not seriously addressing the strike and pressuring the government. They praise Channel 1 for its consistent reporting on the strike and urge other media outlets to do the same.
The extent to which the strike has gone, I think the media to have something to do. The way other strikes are on the media, we are not seeing CTAG strike like that. You people are not talking about a strike. Yeah. Other media houses, if they were helping you to do that, I think by now government would have listened to our teachers for them to come back. Okay. And it is worrying us. It is disturbing us.
Other media, they are not doing that. If it were a university, every day breaking news. Today is day 4, day 5, day 6 of UTAG strike. But for our case, no. It's just like CTAG, they are dead. For us, what we are trying to tell the government is this is election year. They shouldn't take things for granted. Students are very angry. Students are very, very angry.
They reminded the government that it is an election year and urged officials to heed the lecturers' demand to.
You heard some students of the EP College of Education in Bimbela lamenting the impact of the CETA strike on the academic fortunes. And in that report filed by Northern Regional Correspondent Mohammed Aminu M. Alabira. And that does it for today's edition of the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studio in Adabraka, Accra. For more stories, please log on to citinewsroom.com. My name is Ajua Tinkrama Domina. Thank you for your company. Good afternoon.
Speak first. Reach out.